Hey everyone, I am so glad that you are all here today. You can think of today's video as kind of like a planning guide or inspiration for the upcoming holiday season. I am going to be sharing some of my favorites that I have seen out at the stores lately. We'll do a little bit of shopping together. We are also going to head off to the thrift store because I have a couple tips to share with you for thrifting for the holidays or thrifting your holiday decor. So we will do that together. And I also have a couple pieces that I pulled together that I wanted to share with you that kind of showcases my vision for the holidays in my home for 2025. So let's go ahead and get into it. Being a content creator, I always have to be ahead of the seasons just a little bit, and as a person, I am a pre-planner by nature, so I love to sit down and look ahead a little bit. So planning for the upcoming seasons and holidays is something that I really enjoy. I also enjoy getting that content out to all of you early, so it gives you ample time to decide how you want to welcome the holidays and the seasons into your home. Also wanted to mention that one of my biggest tips for the holiday season is to make sure that you take out your current holiday decor and go through it and decide what you want to use, what you want to keep, and what you want to donate before you go out into the stores at all, because what you don't want to do is overbuy or buy things that you really honestly just don't need. Sometimes we have things in our holiday decor already that we can just kind of reimagine and reuse in a different way. So I always encourage you to start there first. Let's go ahead and head into Walmart first, and I will share a couple of my favorites there. Then we will head into the thrift store, and I have a couple tips to share with you. I am highlighting just a few pieces here at Walmart. These flocked burgundy ornaments were a beautiful color and affordable. I thought these star ornaments could be pretty with a little bit of rub and buff on the edges. I used these paper trees last year and loved them. The thrift store is the perfect place to pick up a few accent pieces to bring in colors for the holidays. This year I am using a bit of dusty blue with burgundy and cream. You will have to stay tuned to see how I use these teacups for two different projects in my upcoming holiday DIY video. I like to look for linens like napkins, table runners, throw blankets, and tablecloths at the thrift store. This silver piece would look so pretty with some holiday greenery. Okay, so now that we are back from shopping, I do want to share just a couple things that I did end up picking up for the holidays this year. I have a couple things to share in person, but then I also have some things that I ordered that haven't arrived yet, so I will show you those. Before we get into the couple things that I did pick up for the holiday season this year, I want to quickly touch on what I was talking about earlier, and that is to make sure that you don't get caught in the trap of overbuying for the holiday season. I know sometimes it's really hard when you see all of these pretty new things out at the stores. I invite you to kind of just take a step back and take your time to be thoughtful and purposeful about the decor that you're buying, because what you don't want to do is end up with a bunch of decor pieces that you actually didn't need, and then you have to take the time to return them, or worse yet, you don't even use them in your decorating. So just be thoughtful and just take your time. You really don't have to be in a hurry. I know that sometimes we feel that way, but just take the time to really consider what you actually need in your decor for the holidays. And I am so sorry if you hear dog barking in the background. Everybody in my neighborhood decided now is going to be an opportune time to go ahead and mow the grass and bring in their trash cans. So our little hound dog loves to patrol the neighborhood. So if you hear her barking in the background, I am really sorry, but I will do my best to kind of keep things moving along, and hopefully they won't cause too much of a distraction. First, you can probably see behind me that I did actually pick up this adorable little tree from Walmart. This is the one from my Texas house, and it has been all over social media already, so I'm sure many of you have already seen it, but I knew when I saw it that I wanted to go ahead and pick it up because I thought it would be perfect in my kitchen. It is the perfect little miniature size to set on your counter, and it does light up, which is fantastic because it's going to give off a very cozy glow in my kitchen. Here is kind of a close-up look at it. I love the branches on this tree. They are real touch, very wispy and whimsical. You can bend and manipulate it really well. These are twinkly lights, so when you plug it in, and I will show you some footage here of the tree actually plugged in so that you can see how it's lit up. But the lights are a very soft glow, which I really love. I just kind of added a little ribbon for now, and then I did put in the bottom here some Spanish moss just to cover up what was there, just to give it a little bit more of a put together look. So that's just a really simple, easy trick to just add a little bit of Spanish moss to the top. And then I'll go ahead and share this because it kind of goes with the tree, but this is actually a thrift find. I found this adorable mini tree skirt at the thrift store. Look how sweet this is. I thought that this was just so cute. It has little buttons in the back and it has a crochet detail, which you all know that I love my crochet detail. So when I saw this, I thought that it would be really sweet to go with this tree. Now, when I style my tree skirts, you can, of course, put them around the top of the tree, but I actually sometimes, like you saw here, I laid it on the bottom and then just styled my tree on the top. It just gives us something a little bit extra underneath of the tree. Also from Walmart, I did pick up a few of these really pretty mercury glass ornaments. Now, I did cut off the string that they came with and then added some velvet burgundy ribbon. And then one other thing that I am going to do is run just a little bit of hot glue around the bottom of the cap here just to secure it a little bit better so that when they're hanging on my tree, I don't have to worry about them falling off. This one seems a little bit loose to me, so I am going to do that. I believe these were priced at $2.14, which was an unbeatable price to me for the quality that they are. So I picked up a few of these to add to my tree this year. The other thing that I picked up from Walmart this year was this Santa ornament. I just picked up one of these. I thought it would be sweet to maybe incorporate into my tree or on a wreath. So stay tuned to see how I used this ornament, but I believe it was priced at $2.14 as well. Their ornaments were priced really well, and I thought that the quality was spot on. So that is all that I picked up from Walmart for Christmas decor this year, but I did get two things from Target that I wanted to go ahead and share. There were a couple pieces that I really liked from the Studio McGee holiday collection this year, but I ended up only picking up two things. And the first thing I got was this beautiful tree skirt. You all know how much I adore floral patterns and a ruffle, and when I saw that this one had both of them, I knew that I needed to add it to my collection for this year. Plus, it fits right in with my vision for the holidays, which I will be sharing here in just a few minutes. But I just thought that this was really pretty with the subtle floral pattern in this burgundy color. The color is not super bright. It's more of like a muted burgundy, which I thought was really nice. And then of course it has the pretty ruffle on the bottom, and it does have some buttons back here, and they're kind of hidden inside of the tree skirt there. So really pretty for the holidays. I did also pick up the matching stocking, which I will show you here. It matches the tree skirt, exact same pattern. I think I only got one. I might have got two. I like to hang my stockings in other places besides just my fireplace. I have a bunch of different peg rails around my home, so I liked to add stockings to those as well. So I thought that they would just bring in a really pretty color and pattern for the holidays. Okay, I think that covers everything that I picked up for the 2025 holiday season. Now, in next week's video, I am going to be sharing some of what I call my old faithfuls or staple decor pieces that I use over and over again year after year. This will be just a small portion of that video because I don't want to be redundant in sharing the same things. However, I think that it is really important to have those staple decor pieces that you can pull out every year and really get your money's worth. So we will dive into that next week. Okay, let's talk about Amazon finds. I only picked up a few things from Amazon as well for this holiday season. I have one of them to show you here, and then the other ones I will have to show you on the screen because they have not come in yet. But these bottle bus trees, there was a set of them, was on sale. When was it? It might have been back in August when they were on sale for a deal. So I went ahead and picked them up. I think they were only like $12 or something like that for the set of them, which was really nice. They come in this really pretty like cream and kind of like a tan color. And I just thought that they would be really nice to pop into if you have little teacups or little mugs in your kitchen. They're just a really nice styling accent piece to have. And I like the fact that it was a set and there's a whole bunch of different sizes of them. So I picked up a pack of those. Every year for the holidays, I like to try to come up with ways to incorporate some unexpected pieces or colors. So this year I am actually including a dusty blue mixed in with my burgundy and a deep green color, which I think is going to be so different and just beautiful for the holidays. So I'm really excited to put that together and share it with all of you. But I found this set of dishes here on Amazon, and they were, I should say. By the time this video goes out, I'm not sure if it'll still be the Prime Day deals or not, but they were a Prime Day deal when I picked them up. So the price on them was excellent, and I absolutely adored this blue floral pattern, and I just thought it would be so pretty to incorporate for the holidays. But not only that, this is a set of dishes that you could use in your home any time of the year, which is something that is really important to me these days when it comes to sourcing decor pieces for my home, because I just don't want to store pieces that I can only use for one season. I try to purchase pieces that I can use in a couple different ways and across a couple different seasons, and these plates are definitely one of those pieces. To pull in more of the dusty blue cover, I also purchased one set of these pillow covers from Amazon. I own these pillow covers already in the taupe color, so I knew that I would love them, and I thought that this would just be a really easy way to pull in that color on my couch. And again, these are pillow covers that you could use in the springtime. Blue is also really beautiful in the summer, so it's a piece that you are going to be able to use in more than one way in your home. Okay, let's talk thrifting next. I really was excited when I was putting this video together to kind of share some of my ideas for thinking outside of the box a little bit for holiday decor and shopping for pieces in not only the thrift store, but in other stores as well that don't necessarily come from the holiday decor section. A lot of times those holiday decor pieces, they are more expensive, especially at the thrift store, which is one of my biggest tips when you are thrifting for holiday decor, is to be really, really mindful and pay extra close attention to the prices on holiday items, because a lot of times they get marked up at the thrift store, especially the closer that it gets to the holidays. Sometimes it makes more sense not to buy it secondhand and to just buy it new. So again, just be really mindful of that as you are shopping for those holiday decor pieces at the thrift store. And a way to avoid that is to search outside of the seasonal decor aisle at the thrift store and look for pieces that tie in with your color palette, and I'm going to show you how I do that. If you are new to my channel, my home very much leans into that cottage style of decorating. I love for my home to feel cozy and inviting. I love things that are lace and crocheted and floral patterns. That is just something that feels so welcoming and inviting to me. So those are the pieces that I tend to gravitate towards. And this year for Christmas, I am really going for that very vintage cottage style Christmas. So when I am out thrifting, there are a couple things that I always look for. One of the things that I look for when I am out thrifting, and these are pieces that you are not going to find in the seasonal decor section. These are going to be pieces that are in like the regular linens or in the dish section. So kind of venture out a little bit if you are thrifting for holiday decor, because you are really able to find some of those pieces outside of that seasonal decor section. So these are a couple recent thrift finds that I have found, and actually many of these pieces I have been out thrifting with a friend of mine, and she really has an eye for finding the most beautiful pieces at the thrift store, and she actually found this piece for me. It is I think it's supposed to be a table runner, but there are so many uses for beautiful pieces like this. This is a lace. It's kind of like a creamy ivory color, and I just absolutely love pieces like this, and they are so charming and beautiful for the holidays as well. So I picked up this one. And then I also love to thrift fabric napkins. So these ones are more of a white color, but they have this really sweet detail. I'm not sure if the camera is going to cooperate or not here, but they have this really pretty detail on the side, on the corner here. And I thought that they were just so pretty. Again, something that you could use any time of the year, but will be especially pretty to bring it out and incorporate with your Christmas decor. I also thrifted this really beautiful crocheted blanket, and I say I thrifted, but again, I have to give some credit to my friend here. She is so sweet. Both of us, when we go out thrifting, if we aren't thrifting together, we kind of have each other's lists of things that we're looking for, and she'll send me pictures if she sees something that's on my list at the thrift store, and then she'll pick it up for me, and I, of course, will do the same for her. But she found this blanket for me, and pieces like this just absolutely steal my heart because it looks like handmade. Somebody crocheted this, and the stories that are in these kinds of pieces, I think, just add so much to your home. And how beautiful to display something like this on your couch for the holidays, or you could even use this as a tree skirt. It would be just so beautiful styled in a basket with some Christmas stems. There are just endless possibilities. And again, this is a piece that's not just for Christmas, that you could use other times of the year in your home as well. Now, I am usually a copper girl. I just love the warmth of that color in my kitchen, but my friend gifted me these two pieces, and I always see silver out at the thrift store, so it's definitely something that you can pick up there and you can find at a good price. For the holidays, I think that this color is going to be so pretty with the burgundy and the deep green and the dusty blue. It's just something a little bit different. And again, you don't have to go out and purchase a bunch of these pieces. Maybe 1, 2, 3 pieces to incorporate throughout your decor adds just the right touch of something a little bit different. When you are out thrifting, don't skip the candle section. There are tons of beautiful candlesticks and candle holders. I often find brass candlestick holders in the thrift store. I have a pair that I have thrifted. You could also try to find some silver candlesticks. That would be a really beautiful way to incorporate that color into your Christmas decor as well. I have talked about this on my channel before, but one thing that I really like to do when I am out thrifting is to look for dishes that are within a single color palette, but all have a different pattern. So when I am out thrifting, I might be looking for blue dishes or I might be looking for green dishes. I thrifted these burgundy dishes a while ago, and you all have seen these before if you've been around my channel for a little bit because I use them all of the time. I use them for the 4th of July, I use them in my fall decorating, and now they are going to be making an appearance again for the holidays. But again, I thrifted these dishes and look at all the uses that I am getting out of them. You can display them on dish racks. You can use the little ones like this to put holiday candles on. There are endless possibilities to use dishes. So be sure to check out the dish section in your thrift store to find a few pieces that would pull in the colors that you are using for the holidays. Also, how pretty do these dishes look with this tree skirt? I think that it is going to be so lovely for the holidays, and I just can't wait to style everything together. So I have 2 more things on my list for thrifty decor for the holidays, and another thing that you might want to keep your eyes out for are little frames like this one. Now, I did rub and buff this frame. It was a little bit brayer gold, but that is a really easy makeover to do on little frames. And what I'm going to be using my frames for that are this size is making some Christmas ornaments. So stay tuned to see how all of that comes together. The last thing on my list for thrifting holiday decor would be to look for some books to pull in the colors that you want to use for your holiday decorating. So I have these burgundy books. You all have seen these before if you have been around my channel for a little while. I use them in my 4th of July decorating this year, and I also use them for the fall. This is a really great example of how you can take one decor piece and use it in multiple different ways. I also have these green ones that I thrifted, gosh, probably 2 years ago now. And then I pulled in some blue books that I have as well. I'd love to know in the comments if you have done any planning for the upcoming holidays. Have you thought about any colors you might want to incorporate? Are you someone who loves the traditional red and green? Are you trying out a new color in your holiday decorating? Let me know in the comments. In this week's Cozy Chats, I wanted to circle back and share my top 3 tips for thrifting holiday decor. Remember to check out other sections at the thrift store to find accent pieces for the holidays that can be used at other times throughout the year. Keep in mind that sometimes holiday decor is marked up, and you also cannot use any coupons at the thrift store on seasonal items. You get your best bang for your buck with seasonal decorating when you source pieces that have multiple uses in your home. All right, everyone, I hope that you got some inspiration for the upcoming holiday season from this video. I also hope that you are encouraged, that you know that you don't have to go out to the stores and spend a ton of money on a bunch of new decor pieces. You could pick up something here and there, maybe a few new pieces, and then head to the thrift store to look for some other accent pieces for the holidays. Make sure that you also check out the other places in the thrift store besides just the holiday aisle. In next week's video, I will be sharing my old faithfuls or staple decor pieces that I use year after year and my tips for reimagining some of those decor pieces you may already have. I will also be sharing some DIY projects for the upcoming holiday season. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss that upcoming video. And thank you to all of you that have been here and any new friends that have joined us. I truly appreciate your support. I will see you all next week for more holiday inspiration.